Okay. Kayla got the 111, the 111. Sipping lemonade, throwing light shade. Okay.
I look like I'm straight off the ship. Okay. Bitches walking around with a chip. Oh, what? She never gon' say it. She know I'm played. I'm pretty, but packing a grip. Yeah. They be talking that shit, but still run her up. Don't compare me to bitches, ain't done enough.
Hey everybody, it's Kayla Got the 411. I'm back for another What's Good segment. Today I'm here with the beautiful Quilla. Quilla, how you doing? You over here in Atlanta with me. Girl, have you been out?
Yes.
COVID?
Yes, actually, I've been having like a lot of shows and stuff, so I gotta be out. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot of artists are actually picking back up and doing shows, and I don't blame you. You know, we got to get back to the grind. I mean, the life don't stop, and we just got to be. So the clubs that you've been going to, have they been making you guys wear masks?
Man, no. Atlanta hasn't been doing no masks, no none of that since the pandemic started. No. Mm-hmm. But I will say, depending on like how packed it is, I slide my listen.
Yeah. I went out to one of the persons that was on this show, went to his show, and I was the only one in there with a mask, and they was looking at me like
they look at you crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So on this segment, I like to ask everybody, what's good? How have you and your team and your family been, especially during this pandemic?
I think it was hard for everybody at first, getting adjusted, but the pandemic kind of made or break some folks. So, and we came out it on the better side, thankfully. But for the most part, everybody good, everybody hustling straight.
That's good. So when was that moment for you where you was like, okay, rap is for me. I'm going to pursue this. This is my passion.
I was a child, actually. I actually learned or figured out that I could rap. I was maybe like 9. I was like 9. And I wrote like a little rap in elementary school. You know how that goes.
Do you remember the rap?
I can remember some of it. Yes. I remember what it was about, but I don't remember it like word for word.
Yeah.
Did that, and then I started recording professionally. I was maybe 14? I was 14 and I did my first tour at 15. So it was real early, for sure.
How family like supporting you at that young age? Were they okay with it, or they wanted you to go to school and be a nurse?
No, especially my dad. My dad really wanted me to be a nurse. It's crazy that you said it. Like, he was like, I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, he was like, come back home, come home. No, stay, be a nurse, dude. I wasn't hearing it. I was not hearing it. I was already too far gone at that point.
Yeah, because you started young. I feel like we always know our life. I feel like we all got a life path. And some of us find it out earlier and some of us find it out young. It seems like music figured it out at a young age. Now, your latest project, Pretty Hard, I love that name because you are a pretty girl, but you have like really hard, like lyrics.
You're the only person that got it. You are the only person that got it. Yes.
It's so easy.
Yes, everybody think I named the project Pretty Hard because it's pretty hard. I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker pretty hard. But no, you the only person that got it.
Really? Because they don't expect like really pretty girls to like rap really aggressively and go toe to toe with the men. You know, they put us in a little box and talk about, our favorite color and we miss him. So that's what I got.
The streets talking for me, I ain't never gotta brag. Real hood princess, no, I got them bitch pressed. I've been living good, other just been stressed, gripping on the wood. Your baby mama whipless, so wish she could. Wish she mother. 25 in the slide in this new whip. Came up on the check and now this got a new grill. I'm the hottest, know it. They just take me when I show it. Keep on popping, little mama, you gon' end up with a new look. I got racks in the front. I got packs, I got bags. What you want?
Thinking of the cover art, maybe because I done did this segment so much, they don't got a good eye for things. So
yeah, you got it perfect. I named it that because like before I actually like I would rap and I would be like just bars. A lot of people was like, I didn't think I sounded aggressive, but a lot of people was like, you sound aggressive. Duh, duh, duh. So I'm trying to figure out how to like tone it down, but still, make it sound good. And Pretty Hard was perfect. Yeah.
Well, I didn't really get that. It definitely is not no young MA, but I think it's impressive to see like a very pretty woman, like, excuse my language, talk her shit, So I think we need more of that. We're starting to see more of that because we see rap is definitely dominated right now. So when you look at the state of female rap right now and all the women who are like dominating like the pack, do you feel like female rap is moving in a good direction, or you feel like more can be done?
I think it's going in a good direction, but I do still think it's some stuff we need, take care of. But I think we headed on the right path. It's a lot more girls now that's getting the shine that they deserve. I feel like it's a little easier now, or it's more accepting now to be a female rapper or whatever. So I think the girls are definitely, they represent it, and we definitely going in the right direction for sure.
Are there any particular rappers or musicians at all that kind of inspired your journey?
I grew up in the South with a bunch of older cousins in the hood, so I was listening to the Gucci's, the T.I., the Jesus. So you can see why I kind of had to like.
So crazy, because when Dipset and the Lost did that verse, I was like, I didn't watch it. I
ain't gonna lie, I didn't. I want to see that.
Like I was front row center, like you would have thought it was like Super Bowl.
Exactly. I was too happy. I was right there watching. So yeah, but them the rappers that I grew up listening to, honestly. And then when I was younger, we was a little younger. It wasn't that many girls out at the time. Like Kim was maybe at the end of her prime or some shit like that. So they just wasn't, as far as women go, it was nobody that was really front and center like that. So I was definitely listening to the males. For sure.
That's a good point. I asked you that question. I didn't want to just stick to like female rappers, because it's not just because you're a female rapper that don't mean that other female rappers inspire your music.
Right.
Give props to males and singers and all type of artists that kind of influence your sound. So what is your creative process, especially when you made Pretty Hard? Like, what is your whole vibe? Do you go into the studio, listen to the beat, write, or do you already have your lyrics ready when you go in the studio?
So the thing about Pretty Hard is that the entire project was made over the span of like a couple of years. It's actually some songs on there that I made like 2.5 years ago. And then there's a song, like the most popular song on the project right now is Pop Out. And I did that like the night before we had to turn the project in. So the whole creative process was really like a growing process. How I started recording like in the beginning was completely different from how I ended. But now I think I just have to, I would prefer to be in the studio. I don't write as much as I used to when I'm performing for myself or writing for myself, because I do write for other people as well. But when it's just me working on my own like records, now I don't write as much as I used to. I have to make sure the vibe right, the people that I'm with right. And we just have fun with it for the most part, and that's how Pretty Hard sounds. It's a fun EP. It's a fun record.
Yeah, it definitely is a fun vibe. I love Riff, RIF.
Yes.
I think that's a popular one too. Everybody seems to love. But the entire project, because I like to listen to you all music before I just get on here, because I think you got to be professional. You got to know who you're talking to and listen to their music. So that was definitely my favorite song. And if you don't know, I have a What's Good playlist on Spotify and Apple. So all of you artists on this interview, I'll be adding 2 of those singles on there so other people can listen to those as well.
Thank you.
A female rapper, you're very beautiful. How is it dating? Because I've noticed, like when I seen on TikTok, there was a female rapper. She was talking about how hard it is to date, because guys think that she's like that. She's gonna do that in real life.
Well, it's interesting. I've dated, like, I prefer not to date within my industry, but I have dated in my industry and I've dated outside of my industry. And I can say I get why people do date within the industry, because people tend to understand like your schedule and all that stuff. And it was harder to, like, the guy that I was dating outside was way harder, because he didn't understand that I could be called at the studio at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, he didn't, he just didn't get that. But dating is, that shit is almost inexistent, because I'm not one of them girls. I'm an alpha woman for sure. So you're not gonna tell me what I can do, what I'm not gonna be able to do. And at the end of the day, this is what's gonna come first. And if you don't understand that, we're not gonna work out. Because I'm every time.
And you can't come in somebody's life who has a career and change things. You just gonna have to fall in line.
Exactly. Hey, I'm gonna tell you up front, look, this is what my life is like. My life is very much on the go. I'm with a lot of men, a lot of other times. If you can't handle X, Y, and Z, don't even waste your time and don't waste mine, because it ain't gonna work.
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
You're a Cancer? Cancer, remember, y'all do not play.
I'm not playing with them, okay?
I'm sorry, I guess it must be the dust.
I don't care how these bitches be hating on count this paper, little baby, you know that I get it. Know they be watching my moves, I'm keeping it cool, just tell them to stay on my business. Ran up a check, I'm not double my rats. Hard been ballin', go check out the stats. Know that he gotta be one of 100. If the boy like you, I'm throwing it back. Ran up a check, I'm not double my rats. Hard been ballin', go check out the stats. Check out the stats. Ran up a check, I'm not double my rats. Hard been ballin', go check out the stats. Check out the stats. Designer my 200 to dash whenever I pull up in coots.
I love Cancer women like Sweetie, just upfront. You know, I think you guys have emotional side, but y'all don't play no games. I'm a Libra. Love Cancers. My rising is a Cancer sign, so I love Cancer women. So we're gonna help people get to know you better, just in case they're watching and they want to get to know you a little bit more deeper. So if you ran into a person that said, "Hey, you know, what do you do?" and you tell them what you do, like, what is 3 words you would give them to describe you as an artist?
To describe me as an artist?
Mm-hmm.
Hard. Shit is hard. 3 words? Hard, honest, and lit. Hard, honest, and lit. Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like a good song.
Yeah.
So I think that, especially with like female rap, I think that it's such an amazing thing to see so many women working together. So now that you're not a child anymore, you have grown up and you're doing pretty good with your music, you have a great team. How is your family's reaction now than when you were a little girl saying, "I want to rap"? Has it changed? Have they opened it up to it?
You would be surprised. You would be surprised. At this point, they don't have a choice anyway.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do what I want to do. But definitely, like I was saying before, my dad used to be like, "There's school." Now he calling me every other day. You been to the studio, you doing it, like, and I'm looking at him like, "Is this the same?" But they are super, super supportive. Anytime I have any events, anything, they right there. They always promoting myself. They are super. Right. It's definitely a 180 from then versus now. They understand now and they get it because they see what's happening. So they get it. They get it.
It's serious too. Like throughout your music career, is there any type of advice someone has given you that you can give to like another woman who's just moving to Atlanta? She want to be a rapper. Some advice you can share with everybody else.
I don't care who they are. I don't care what label they say they work for. I don't care if they tell you they can give you record deal. It don't matter. Don't let nobody change you. Like, at the end of the day, your gut is going to tell you what's best for you. I made a mistake of listening to other people that I thought were like maybe more knowledgeable or they had more accolades or whatever, and it didn't work. At the end of the day, you know exactly what's best for you. You know your dream, what you want, and how you want your life to play out. Trust yourself and listen to you before you listen to anybody.
That's great advice. I think that's great advice that anybody can use, especially in this industry. I always say that men, they definitely will try to, I'm sorry, but they definitely will try to change you. And
they will. It's crazy some of the stuff like people have tried to get me to do. It's just not me, and I'm not finna like conform to what you want me to be.
And it's okay to say no too, ladies. Like it's okay to say
what? Don't be scared to say no. Them folk, listen, folk gonna respect you more anyway because you mean what you say. You standing on what you said. Say no. Say no.
I think that is great advice. You're definitely a Cancer. I can definitely tell. So we're gonna be closing out the interview. So what do you have coming out? Like anything you can share with us?
Pretty Hard just dropped a few weeks ago, so we really pushing that right now. We about to get ready to go on tour. We leave for tour in like a week and a half with the Applying Pressure tour. We're doing a lot of cities in the southern region. we got a lot of visuals from Pretty Hard that's about to come out that y'all need to, look forward to. And we just gonna keep pushing it right now.
That's dope. How has it with your team? Like, it seems like now you went through all the things that you had to learn from. Now you have a solid team. Your manager, she reached out, very professional. Like, how has it been like building a team that you trust and you know this? They look at you and they know this is her. We're gonna let her do her. We're gonna support.
It's hard because you have to go through a couple of people before you really figure out what works and what works well together, so it was definitely hard at first. I'm actually still looking to add to my team different positions, but right now we figured out what works well for us and for our end goal. So
that's great. It was so nice meeting you. Now, one thing about being on this show, I always support. So anytime you have new shows or videos coming out, I'm going to share. I may get on your nerve. And two of your singles will be on my What's Good playlist. And I also insert your singles in like other segments that do well. So I want you all to like do great. And I wish you the best of luck in your career.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Are you welcome?
You know what I'm saying? We is not fucking around. Gonna really have to come with it for real. You feel?
Hey y'all, just want to say thank you so much for watching the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course hit that subscription button. I am grateful for every view, whether you like me or you don't. And don't forget, I got a podcast too. There are exclusive episodes on that podcast, so don't forget to go check that out as well. They're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Baby, I'm everywhere, okay? And follow me on social media. I'm Kayla Got the 411 on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr. Baby, like I said, I'm everywhere. Thank you again for watching the show, and I'll see you on the next episode of Kayla Got the 411.